You will make it through. The fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah by your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. You will make it through. The fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through.
I'd like to welcome everybody to our class of Diluting Wala Wal Bara. Diluting Wala Wal Bara. This has to do with allegiance as Muslims. Our allegiance should be to Allah, to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to the religion of Islam, and to all the Muslims. But something that I notice a lot of Muslims struggle with. A lot of Muslims, I notice, they struggle not so much with wala, but with bara when it comes to other Muslims. And I said that what I was going to do because I was listening to another Daya speak about how this is the problem. That Daya was saying that this is the problem with Muslims today. We have all this wala wal bara with the non-Muslims, but we don't know how to implement bara with Muslims. What does that Daya mean by that? What he meant was we are quick as Muslims to disown one another, which the Prophet said this would happen. This is one of the signs of the last hour. He said the later generation of Muslims will divide and fight each other, hurt each other, destroy each other, curse each other, kill each other, and all of that. Because they won't have they won't live by the concept and principles of that shahada, which includes wala wal bara. So what this person was saying, and I was listening to him, he said, we don't know how to when and how to implement el bara. Either we hate each other to the point where we boycott them, disown them, call them kafirs, slander them, because the person, or we sit there and support them when they doing all kind of wrong. So I said I wanted to ask this question just to see what type of answers I get from you guys. Under what type of circumstances should we implement el bara, which is distancing regarding another Muslim? Can anyone answer that question? When or under what type of circumstances should we as Muslims implement el bara with other Muslims, with another Muslim? Can anyone answer that? Every Muslim should know that answer. But this Daya was saying most don't, and I believe him. I'm getting ready to put y'all to the test. When should I implement distancing with another Muslim? Nobody.
We should distance ourselves from them whenever they are doing anything that goes against what Allah has commanded. Whenever they are being sinful at the time, then we keep away from them and not engage with them.
Okay, that's a good answer. So what about this? Say, for example, but how far do we go in our el bara? Just because, say, for example, another Muslim that you know of, makes a mistake, they gives an answer to a question that's not correct, to not answer a question, that's a mistake, that's a sin. So do we distance ourselves from them because of that? Do we not have anything to do with that person because they have a wrong idea or a different understanding about a verse of the Quran, or they have a different understanding about a hadith? Do we just say, okay, well, I'm going to do al-bara, this brother or this sister, their understanding of a hadith or their understanding of a verse of the Quran is not correct, so I'm going to do al-bara? How do you handle a situation like that? Can anyone answer? Because this is the problem that we have as Muslims with each other today. We see it every day on the internet with one another. Oh, that person gave the wrong answer to a question, or that person doesn't understand. I'm teaching you guys about the Mekkah-Siddiq Tafsir and the different types of interpretations of the Quran. A lot of people use opinion-based. A lot of people interpret, a lot of people who call themselves people of knowledge, they interpret verses of the Quran based on opinion, because that a person's opinion was not correct. How do we distance ourselves from them? Who can answer that?
I say we don't distance ourselves from them because for the simple fact that they misunderstand something, because they have to have a teacher in order to be able to teach them that.
Okay, that's the teacher. Listen to the question. Okay, because this is the problem. This is everyday, real day. With Muslims, like I said in the beginning, the intro. We don't know how to implement, as this person was saying. We know all about, we have all the wala wal bara towards kafirs. But when it comes to each other, this is where we're falling short. Okay, let's say all these people, like I said, these are people of knowledge. Let's say a person of knowledge. This is a person that claims to know the deen. By the way, most everybody claims to know the deen. So let's just keep it real. This person is a person that other people come to learn the religion from or whatever. Okay. This person gives an interpretation of a meaning of a hadith, or they give an interpretation of the meaning of a verse of the Quran. But because you believe that their interpretation of the meaning is not correct, or let's say even if it is incorrect, how far do we go? What do we do? How do we implement al wala wal bara if we do it at all? That's the question. And this is the problem. Like this famous Daya was saying, if you ask this question to the average Muslim, listen to the answer they give. Now, I said the question. Now let's hear the answer. How far do we go? Or do we go anywhere with allegiance or disassociation? How do we implement it with each other? And this is one of the signs of the last hour. The prophet said we wouldn't know how. And let's see if that hadith is correct. It's true. Anyone? I'm going to sit here all day till we get an answer. I ain't going to go on with no class. I'm going to make y'all answer this. Or we'll just sit here and y'all can look at Layla.
Yes, we should keep our distance from them. But just because they gave the wrong answer, that doesn't mean that we should go around bashing them and trying to put them down. And
okay, so now the answer she gave is what most Muslims today on this planet, I would say 95% of the Muslims on this planet would give that answer she gave. Oh, because this person gave a wrong answer, I'm going to distance myself from them. Really? Anybody disagree with that? Everybody believes that?
Yeah, I said not to distance yourself from him, but just we don't accept that answer and that verdict that the person passed out, but everything else that they're teaching that's correct, we accept it. We still learn from the person, we just don't accept that part.
That's the correct answer. And this is the problem. We got Muslims boycotting each other. We got Muslims killing each other. We got Muslims slandering each other. We got Muslims distancing ourselves because you didn't agree with an answer. Is that what Wala Wal Bara is? No. When do we implement Wala Wal Bara? Let's ask the first question again. What circumstances require El Bara? What circumstances, what situations require us distancing ourselves from another Muslim? Who can answer that? What situations or when do I distance myself from another Muslim? And I want y'all to ponder your answer. And then you might can see where we're going wrong as a nation. If you truly understand, most Muslims don't understand the concept of Wala Wal Bara. That's a given. But under what circumstances do I distance myself from another Muslim? Let's ask that question again. Who can give me an answer? When do I distance myself from another Muslim, guys? This is easy. It's supposed to be.
When they're adding and twisting things in our religion, and when they're like openly doing things that they shouldn't.
Okay, the only time, and I want all you Muslims listening on planet Earth to me, which ain't that many. That's the problem. We listen to the wrong people. We busy listening to those progressive Muslims talk about politics and the war in Gaza and crap, when we don't understand, our Aqidah. The only time we distance ourselves from another Muslim is if that Muslim is openly committing sins. And why did I put the word openly? Why did I use openly? Because that means you can see. I'm smoking cigarettes. I'm smoking weed. I'm drinking. I'm partying. I ain't wearing a hijab. That's when we distance ourselves. Or what's the other reason? There's two. If the Muslim is deliberately, if a Muslim is openly committing sins, but even before we distance ourselves, what are we supposed to do before we even distance ourselves from that person? If you see a Muslim openly committing a sin, do you just say, whoa, what should we do?
Check to see if they know that what they're doing is wrong.
Exactly. You got to talk to that Muslim first, because maybe they don't know it's haram to smoke a cigarette. We got a lot of idiots that smoke today. You can go to Saudi Arabia, go to the Emirates. You see people walking around with cigarettes hanging out their mouth. That man that they love, Andrew Tate, he smokes cigarettes openly. Okay? So maybe people think it's okay. You got to ask them, do they know it's wrong first? Okay, but let's say the person know it's wrong, but they're still openly sinning. Okay, so that's when you distance yourself. And what's the other reason? What's the other reason that would require me to distance myself from another Muslim? If they're openly committing a sin, or if they're what? Or if what?
From the religion.
No, if they apostate, they ain't even no Muslim. What's the other situation in which we distance ourselves from a Muslim?
Introducing things, innovation.
If their Aqidah, good job. If their belief system is corrupted to the point where, like he said, they're innovating and they've been spoken to. They know it's innovative. They've been told it's innovation, but they're still going to twist around in a circle. Or their belief system is contorted to the point where they think a woman can be an imam. Their belief system is messed up to the point where they are supporting LGBTQ. These are all open sins too. But I want y'all to understand Aqidah, belief system. If they're a Shiite, they're sitting around saying, I'm a Muslim, but I'm cursing the Prophet Muhammad's wife. I'm cursing Aisha. I'm speaking badly about Umar. I'm speaking badly about the companions. Oh, El Bara, you distance yourself. Okay? Write that down. Those are the only two instances. The person's belief system contradicts the belief system that the Prophet Muhammad came with. And the second one is if they are openly committing sins and they've been told it's a sin, but they continue to do it. That's when we do el-bara with another Muslim. Are there any other instances? Is that all of them? What do y'all think? And so this proves that brother, what that statement that this brother made is correct. He's right. We don't know when the distance. My students don't know, and they come and they're taking this class. The kid knew, but the adults didn't. The little kid knew, but the adults didn't. He's right. And that's the breakdown in this nation. That's why Allah has sent this war to us. So let me ask the question again. A person gives an incorrect interpretation of the meaning of a hadith, or they gave their interpretation of the meaning of a verse of the Quran, but it was not correct. Do you distance yourself from this person? Do we boycott this person? Do we discount ourselves and say this person is not to be associated with no more? Now let's get to the answer. Try to answer again now, people. Y'all still don't get this, huh? This is too high above your head. It's over your pay grade. Don't answer again for Fame. Anybody else? All these people in the Zoom room, all of y'all are Muslim, born, raised in the USA and all that, and y'all don't understand the concept of Wala Wal Bara. Can nobody answer that question?
No, we don't distance ourselves from that person. We just listen to what that person has to say and then just ignore the rest that he has to say. What's good that he has to say, which is correct what he has to say, we listen to it, and what's not, we don't. So we don't boycott him. We don't call him a kafir. We don't even distance ourselves from him unless he intentionally committing a sin openly.
Openly committing a sin, or
He's bringing innovation.
Producing, yeah.
when we say innovation, what's the main point y'all skipping over? I wouldn't say bringing innovation. I'd say get to the real dirty truth. Unless he's doing what I gave y'all the answer, y'all can't remember it. Unless he's openly committing a sin and he's been told it's a sin, but he's still doing it. And what's the other reason? I just told y'all.
The system is corrupted.
Family, don't answer. These people are y'all slow? Hello? Let's open up this Zoom room. I can't get over this. I'm giving the answers and they don't understand. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all see the people in the Zoom room? I'm putting y'all on Front Street. Well, what's the problem? Let's hear the answer.
The answer is unless the person's belief system is corrupt as far as in them knowing what's going on and they choose not. They following their own desire. They following their own hawa. So basically, no, because if you know something is correct and you still not doing it, or bringing innovation to what's going on, then that's when we distance ourselves from it, because you openly sinningly for one, and then you know what you're doing is incorrect for two, and you putting more emphasis or following your own desire.
Okay, let's forget innovation, or because y'all don't understand what a corrupt belief system means. What does that mean?
So a corrupt belief system is thinking that somebody else
Y'all don't know what that means. Lord, have a mercy.
It means when you're
wait a minute, this brother I listened to yesterday, God, he was right. Whoa. What is a corrupt belief system, people? What does that mean when y'all hear me say, or y'all hear somebody say their belief system is not correct? What does that mean? He was right.
It's tainted.
What the heck does that mean?
That means it's when I say it's tainted, okay, let me see. So when I say your belief system is incorrect, it's corrupt. So basically if I don't know how to say
this
it into
brother
words.
is right. Boy, I'm gonna let y'all know the war is coming. Y'all, anybody Muslim on this planet that does not think that Allah that is getting ready to send the war. I mean, y'all think it's just over in Gaza? Y'all don't see it spreading everywhere else? We are done. Whoa, I'm shocked. Whoa, he said try it. He said, all you die out there, try it. Ask your so-called students. Oh, God. He was talking to Layla and he was right. Okay, let's try it again.
Someone who's not upon the correct aqidah, the way that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Okay, we're not going to play the Arabic game like he said. And like I say, I don't know what aqidah means. I want y'all to break down in plain, simple English. If a person says, wow, her belief system is not right. What am I saying? That's plain English. Wow, Layla, your belief system, something's wrong with your belief system. What am I saying?
That you are not believing according to the way the Prophet taught us. Like you are refusing part of the deen, or you're not following it exactly the way it was taught to us.
Okay, and not just following, but also, let me read what this brother typed. He said it means they are upon other than that which were exactly. He got it right. You know, it ain't about following. This is belief. I believe. That ain't action. There's a difference between belief and action. Action is when you take what you believe and act upon it. Like I'm saying, what is the belief? When I say that your belief system is corrupt, what we're saying is that you don't believe in what Allah said we should believe in. Good job, brother here. You don't believe in the things that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said he believed in, or what his companions believed in. You're denying. Good job. Okay, look at the people on Facebook. As Sister Sakina said, you are denying. You don't believe in the rules, the regulations, the laws of Islam. Y'all hear how I'm breaking this down, Mina? This is plain English. I'm denying something that Allah said we're supposed to believe in. Maybe I don't believe that everything was decreed to be. That's not an action, that's belief. I don't believe in predestiny. I don't believe in all the prophets. I believe in some, but not all of them. I don't believe that hijab. There's an example. Look how many Muslim women don't believe that the hijab is an obligation. A lot of these women that look like nuns that y'all listen to on YouTube, they will go so far as to say that there's no verse in the Quran that says a woman has to wear a hijab. That's corrupt aqidah. That's corrupt belief. If you believe la ilaha illallah, that means you believe everything that Allah said to believe in. It ain't about following nothing. This is belief. Everybody understand? So when you hear brothers say that another Muslim's belief system is corrupt, what he's basically telling you is that Muslim is denying. Write it down. That Muslim is denying either one of the articles of faith or one of the laws of Allah, or one of the obligations of Allah or the rules of Allah. Exactly. Do you sisters understand? Write that down. That's what that means. Just say they're denying something that Allah said we're supposed to believe in. Maybe they don't believe in evil. Look how many Muslims believe that Allah is the creator of good, but not evil. That's why I'm doing that book 1 over again. That's all the first of this series. That's why when we're done with this book, we're going back to get to know your Lord, because y'all got to be reminded of what la ilaha illallah means. That's your belief. You are denying something that Allah said. You're denying something that Allah said. Basically, that's it. And so that's why we don't go around making that statement. Do you young brothers see that? That's why you never accuse another Muslim of having a corrupt belief system unless you got proof, because you're basically saying that that Muslim is not really a Muslim. Y'all get what I'm saying? Is that understood, Umi Barrel? Is that understood, Mina, and everybody else that was answering?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So that's what I mean. I want y'all to look at the meaning of these words in English. Don't try to play no Arabic game. You don't speak no Arabic. Hey, even Arabs don't speak it. They don't know the meaning of these words either, because Arabic words take on 1,000 different meanings, depending on how they use. And we making up a lot of words today. Okay? So, if we understood that, then we wouldn't sit around doing bara or distancing ourselves. The only time you distance yourself from another Muslim is if that Muslim is openly sinning and he knows it's a sin, but he still continues to do it, or if that Muslim's belief system is not correct. What group do we distance ourselves from? This is easy. There's a group of Muslims, a sect that we do distance. We don't even ask questions. We just distance from them. Can anybody answer that question? What group or what sect do we just distance ourselves from automatically?
The Shiite,
Exactly. And why?
because they have a total different belief system than the right one.
Why?
They hate certain companions like Aisha.
All you got to say is that. That's it. That's it. Everybody knows that they don't accept those companions. And what does Allah say in the Quran? Allah say anyone who harms any of my awliya, I will become a ferocious lion against them. That's it. So we don't ask what sect, what group, we just distance. Somebody say they Shiite, I'm sorry. Assalamu alaikum, have a good day. I'm going the opposite way. Because that tells you right there, there is one group that does accept the companions, but that group is a minority. I ain't going to ask no questions. Just have a good day. I'm going to return the greeting. Wa alaikum salam, and keep it moving. Y'all understand? Okay. So the only 2 instances openly committing sin. What about this? There's a Muslim sister in a community that does not dress properly. She doesn't wear hijab. She also free mixes. The imam has talked to her about it. Everybody knows she's been talked to about it, but she still just, chooses to not dress the way Allah says, and she free mixes. Is this somebody that I would distance myself from? And if so, how should I distance myself?
Outright, yes, it's somebody I will distance myself from until she change her behavior. If she needs anything from me, I will do so, but she's not someone that I will be befriending and hanging around with.
Exactly. We still have allegiance to her. That's El Wala. Because even though she doesn't wear a hijab, even though she doesn't dress properly, even though she free mixes, the fact that she's never denied that what she's doing is a sin. She's never denied Allah's laws. You know, she's a sinful Muslim. So, you know, I'm going to help her if she ever needs help. If I know that she having a hard time, can't pay her rent, I'll send her a couple of dollars. But if she's someone that I'm going to hang out with, that I'm going to have over to my house, that I'm going to go out to the shopping with, no, because she's openly committing a sin. And if Allah chooses to punish her and I'm with her, you think Allah gonna spare me? So I distance myself from her to on a certain level, not completely, but on a certain level. She won't be invited to my home. I'm not going to hang out with her, but I'll check on her and ask her, hey, you need anything? I'll give her the slimes and all of that. And what about this? Is her blood sacred? Is her honor sacred? Is her property sacred? What about that?
Yeah.
Yes, all of that is sacred. Exactly. Y'all get it. But what we see today is, on especially here on YouTube, well, a lot of these famous Dawah brothers, they're slandering, they're boycotting, they're disclaiming each other because, oh, that brother said something that I don't agree with, or he doesn't understand the meaning of that hadith, or he doesn't understand. Do we just say, oh, al-bara? No. We don't do that. And that's what Muslims don't understand. That brother's honor is still good because he's a Muslim. We don't slander him. His property is still good. His blood, you know, is haram. We don't slander him. We don't try to destroy him. You know, take the good from him. Keep it moving. The bad that you don't agree with, disregard it. Keep it moving. Does everybody here understand that? So, Wala Wal Bara. This is something that we're going to have to deal with every day of our lives, guys, until we die. Because we're going to be placed in situations where we're going to have to either show allegiance or disassociation to someone, to each other, and to the non-Muslims. We do better with the non-Muslims than we do with each other. And that's sad. We'll cut each other off. We'll kill each other, but we always making excuses for the kafir. We always being kind and compassionate towards them, but we have no compassion towards each other because you disagree with something I say. My honor is no longer sacred. So now you're going to attack me. You're going to slander me because you don't understand what I'm teaching. And there I'm teaching you based on the Quran and Sunnah. I back up everything I teach here. I'm not teaching you no differently than any other scholars. All the scholars were teaching just what I'm teaching the way I'm teaching it. Okay? But because you don't agree with it or you don't understand, you think that you can do el-bara and my honor is no longer sacred. You can talk about me to people in a bad way, put me down over stupid stuff that I'm correct on anyway, but you just the numbskull and don't understand. We have to work on ourselves, guys. This is the problem with this ummah. The brothers do it to each other every day. You see on the internet, they killing each other every day. And the women doing it too. But we women do it in a different way. The women ain't on the internet doing it. Y'all doing it in the communities. You sisters are going around to your family, to your friends. Oh, boycott that sister. Oh, she ain't no good. I don't like her. She make me sick. We all are killing each other. And y'all think this war is going to go away? Are you crazy? It's going to hit you right here in your behind in America. Real soon. Real soon, watch. Y'all going to say Layla was right again. Oh, yeah. All right. So we've been speaking in this class about distancing. ourselves, even when it comes to something as simple as sports. As we talked about the other day, there's nothing wrong with us as Muslims, participating in sports. There's nothing wrong with us as Muslims watching sports. We talked about the conditions, as long as the people that we are watching are not showing their order. I'm going to tell you something. I saw some sick stuff the other day on some TikTok videos, whatever them videos are. Muslim men sitting around looking at those women who run track. You shouldn't have been watching them. You put out TikTok videos looking at how the women look. Oh, this woman, look at this. She's beautiful. And these women got all their bodies showing because they runners. You shouldn't have been watching that. Allah commands us to lower our gaze. So we're going to talk about how to navigate the balance. You can be a fan. You can be a sports fan. But everything within balance, guys. So we're going to talk about some ethical strategies that many of you Muslim brothers should have been using with these Olympics. Okay, I did. I just didn't watch them. The sports realm often poses ethical challenges for the Muslim. Why? Because number one, the way the people are dressed. Those track women look nice. I know they're in shape. They run for a living. That's what they do. Those men, oh my God, the big guys with the chest and all that going on, they in shape. That's all they do. So it can become an ethical challenge for us. But these are some guidelines that Sheikh Kareem put together that can help us. Number one, be selective. Islam encourages us to recognize the good in others without necessarily endorsing their lifestyle. Say, for example, that field and track woman, the African-American woman who's married to the white disabled man. A lot of you brothers are posting up videos of her and talk about how good she look, her legs and all of that. You shouldn't have been looking. Okay? Her husband, he's also an Olympic winner. Okay? Look at their lifestyle. If you want to endorse people like that, a man like that, look at their lifestyle. Their lifestyle should be good. We can admire athletes for their talent, their dedication, and their virtues. Okay? Listen to what happened, what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. He said, Allah does not look at your appearance or wealth, but he looks at your heart, your actions. If there's an Olympic player, basketball player like LeBron gives millions of dollars to the homeless, and he donates a lot of his money, to children and to people with sicknesses. We can admire and appreciate people for that. So instead of you brothers focusing on the outer appearance of that African-American woman and her legs, and instead of us focusing on her handsome Caucasian husband, what virtues do they have? Look at their lifestyle. Are they giving back to the community? Focus on the inner virtues of these athletes instead of their external factors. A couple of those handsome men, I don't watch the Olympics because I like a big man. I don't like no skinny man. I don't like no obese man, but I like a man that's got a little stomach and meat on him. Hello? A couple of those men that do that weightlifting, they're known for being racist. Oh, yeah. The German team. There's a couple of those Caucasian men on that German team. And, they good looking too. Blonde, blue-eyed. Hitler would have loved them. Aryan race. But they're known for being racist. So why would you support that? Or you look at somebody like that Andrew Tate that y'all make a big deal out of. This man is known as being a womanizer. This man is known as being a horrible individual. Why would you support him in anything? Even though he's Muslim, look at his attitude, his virtues. That's not somebody. That's not somebody that you would sit around and have appreciation for. As Muslims, we are encouraged to engage in critical thinking, especially when it comes to determining the compatibility of our actions with our faith. That's why I don't get why these famous personalities are supporting that Andrew Tate dude. He was not even a good person before Islam. And what did the Prophet say? The best Muslims are those who had good character before Islam. This dude ain't got nothing going for him after Islam or before it. So who cares? He's not even worth discussing. Remember, Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning, O you who believe, fear Allah, and let every soul look to what it has put forth for tomorrow. And fear Allah. Indeed, Allah is well aware of what you do. Remember, guys, we can't fool Allah. So, if you're going to support an athlete, don't just support them based on their outer appearance, the pretty legs, the nice chest, the robust. He's a wolf. He can hold me. It ain't just that. What about his virtue? He's an Aryan racist guy. He's a womanizer. He's a woman abuser. She smokes crack. She believes in LGBTQ. Also, I'm trying to put it up here. Also, Muslim fans have an opportunity to spotlight the athletes who do have good ethics. Why is it that a lot of Muslims here in Cleveland spotlight LeBron? They love that dude. That I'm not into basketball. Carmetta and them are. My mother and them are. They love LeBron. One of my brothers knows him personally. They love LeBron. They hang out with him. He comes around, hangs out with the Muslims. They say he's a nice guy. He takes care of his mom, his friends. He don't forget where he come from. He comes back to the community and puts a lot of money into the African-American community. We have an opportunity to spotlight the athletes who have good ethical values and who do serve as positive role models in society. Remember, guys, the Allah tells us that the Prophet and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us the best of the people are those who are beneficial to others. They love LeBron here in Cleveland because he's helped so many people, the elderly, the children, the schools, the mosques, the hospitals, the community in general. Why do y'all think Cleveland's cost of living is so high? Cleveland's cost of living, you're going to pay $2,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment. Why? Because of LeBron. That's the difference he made. People that moved to Cleveland because of what that man has done. Okay? So again, look at their virtues, not the outer. And again, balance is essential. You should never allow your love for sports to interfere with your obligations to Allah. Okay? You don't sit there and be so engrossed in that sport that you don't do your prayers. You have to still continue with your religious duties, your family obligations, and all of that. Remember, Allah says that He doesn't give us a burden that we can't bear. So we have to fulfill our obligations. Don't be so into the fandom that it becomes your life. Just like women, a lot of women fall in love with love to the point that all you can do is think about this man. You can't function unless that man is in your life. Balance. Islam is all about balance. Okay? So you can still enjoy sports, but also fulfill your obligations to your family, to Allah and others as well. Okay? And again, Islam emphasizes the influence of role models in shaping your values. Why would you want to have a racist person or a person known as a womanizer, a person accused of rape? Here's a man accused of raping women. He got a court case pending where he's been accused by not one, not two, but many women of human trafficking and all of that. Subhanallah. Why would you make a man like that your role model? Remember, Allah tells us in the Quran, in the interpretation of the meaning, and keep yourself patient by being with those who call upon their Lord in the morning and evening, seeking his reward. And do not allow your eyes to pass beyond them, desiring the life of this world. Okay? So again, be careful, be selective in who you choose to be a fan of. That's why I really don't get this Andrew Tate stuff, that these brothers in the UK, people over, they defending this dude, and you would think this man was some god or something. I don't even know nothing about him except he's a terrible person. All the accusations, I've heard more bad about him than good. Why are the Muslims so concerned with that dude? He ain't nobody. People come and go every day. People take shahada and go out of it. Like this one of the signs of last hour. You wake up a believer and go to sleep a kafir. You wake up a kafir and a believer. So how is he any different than anyone else? Who cares what he is? The bottom line is, until all his business is settled, until his court cases of human trafficking, of rape, of womanizing is settled, he should be distanced. To be honest, he should be distanced until all the dirt has been cleared up. And he done created more dirt since he's been Muslim. This is not somebody that I'm going to be trying to hang out with. And there's more people that need dawah, who really are seeking dawah. Why are you concerned with him? All the money he got, if he wanted to learn the religion, he can go sit with the king of Saudi and learn it. Hello, and the fame too. Focus on the Muslims that are struggling. Those Muslims who are patient, who call upon their Lord night and morning. Focus on them and leave the celebrities to Allah. Okay? And again, even the athletes who are Muslim, even though sports is their life and career, even they have to still fulfill their obligations to Allah too. And if you do find a Muslim athlete who does that, that's an athlete that you really should fan. Here he is, a Muslim basketball player. Here he is, a Muslim fencing person, and he's seen going to the mosque. He's seen participating at the Eid. Somebody like Kareem Abu, what's his name? My guy, I'm old school. The Lakers. Y'all know the giant. Kareem. The Lakers. He's old school. He's done a lot for the Islamic community out there in California and everywhere else. And he's a Sunni Muslim. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that's my dude. I met him in real life when I was younger. He's a nice person. My stepfather used to look like him. I used to say, you look like my stepfather. He's real tall like my brothers. All my brothers are over 6 feet. I got one brother that's 6'6". I said, you look like my brother who's 6'6". Subhanallah. Yeah, so those Muslims that are really sports people and practicing the deen, you really want to applaud them. Applaud them and bring attention to them. Okay. Again, Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning, cooperate in what is righteous and good. Do not cooperate in sin and aggression. And as a fan, we should be cautious not to idealize athletes based on their skills, but on their character, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Nice man. I met him. I interviewed him when I was in college. I was the editor of the Cleveland State Vindicator, and I did a story. He came to Cleveland, and I interviewed him, and he was so nice because he knew it was my first story, and he was very nice brother. So again, Islam is a beautiful way of life. There's not that many restrictions for us as Muslims, but we just have to keep in mind that everything is based on character and morality, not outer appearance. You brothers with that African-American girl, y'all got her all over the internet and talking about her legs, and she is built up. She's a runner. But should she be showing those legs like that? Those legs and arms should only be seen by that handsome man she got. That Caucasian man she married to, who's also an Olympic winner. So you brothers are out of your league. Keep it moving. Okay? So I'm going to stop right here. Subhanallah.